I'll let you know when you have 1 minute left and 15 seconds left.
Okay, starting now. This may sound like an odd question, but I'm sure Kirkman can identify with it. This campaign takes a lot of time away from some other things that are going on in each of our lives. Some very important things. We both have beautiful little girls and wonderful wives who tolerate us. How's the campaign been on your family, Kirkman?
Everybody's had enough.
Yeah.
Everybody's had enough.
Same here. Let's talk a little bit about, I mean, you know, it's interesting. This is ground zero. We're talking about Shandon, and we're convinced there are only a few issues that people are concerned about. I'm convinced that the people over here think about a number of different issues. Let's talk about the arts and the potential impact on arts funding that a prospective cut in the hospitality tax might have on the arts. Don't you think it could be devastating?
Absolutely.
Why would you propose it?
Because there isn't enough money. Because in order to balance our budget, money is being taken to support security at hospitality events like football games. Because as you've advocated over and over again, you say there's not enough money for police. This is when the rubber meets the road. That's the hard part. It is a revenue and spending problem, Steve. There's not enough revenue. There's too many items that have been spent on. We've got to decide which items are going to take less, which are going to maintain, and which are going to get a little bit more.
So Kirkman,
nobody enjoys the consequences, but there's no way to avoid them.
So Kirkman, your thesis is that if hospitality tax funds are being misused providing security at football games, we just take half the money away and take half the money away from its intended purposes.
Well, first of all, I don't agree with your thesis that it's being misused. As Temple laid out in the law, it's for hospitality events. It's not just arts funding. It's hospitality and arts. The second point that I'd make, and this is the issue that we've had over and over again, whether it's the bus system, whether it's the arts, whether it's security, the money that is needed to do all of it isn't there. So we've got to prioritize.
How do we prioritize?
How do we, as a collective, the council, or do I?
How do you prioritize?
How do I prioritize? I step back and I go, how can we do the least damage possible while still allowing the vital functions of the city to continue? An example is, it's fine to say we're going to fully staff the police department, but it's not so fine if we do so at the expense of the municipal court. If we can't process tickets, what's the point of having the police department write it?
You know, and I think this is probably a representative of a classic distinction between myself and Mr. Finlay, the way in which we see government and how government can be used efficiently and effectively to improve the quality of people's lives. I don't believe that when you're talking about law enforcement and public safety, when you're talking about the arts funding, when you're talking about protecting our environment, we have to live within our means, but we have to have priorities that articulate what our dreams are and help us meet our dreams. You don't start here and figure out how you can go up. If that makes sense to you, I hope you can enjoy it. I think I'm out of time. It was yellow. What does yellow mean now?
1 minute and then 15 seconds.
Yellow did mean 15 seconds.
But I said we have 1 minute and then 15 seconds.
What else I want to ask you, Kirkman? We've only done this about 30 times. I know most of your answers.
There's not much left.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left. I might take this as an opportunity to say that I've been blessed by this community. I've had a wonderful career here, a wonderful educational experience. I have 2 great parents who love me, a wife who tolerates me, 2 daughters who adore me. I did want to take a second just to introduce my father to the crowd. Sam, Benjamin, Daddy, stand up and wave. This is my dad.